Hey folks, it's 1881 MF on the Life Buzzing channel. Got the little hot one behind the camera shooting video. Thank you, babe. Today it is summertime, July 4th weekend, and we're harvesting from the garden like crazy. Cucumbers. So today we're going to make bread and butter pickles, and we're going to can them. And everybody's freaked out about canning, you know, you got to do it right. So, well, I learned how to do it over the last several years, and it's not that difficult. If you can follow instructions, you can do it. Keep your jars clean, keep your utensils clean, boil when you're supposed to boil, all that other stuff. Start with this. Get this book. It's got the basics or one equal to it. It's got everything in it, all the recipes of everything you're going to do, including what we're going to do today. So stay tuned. Bread and butter pickles, the way Grandma used to make them. And I'm cheating. I use this.
What?
With this is all you need is vinegar and sugar. Here we go. So here's my cucumber plants. Put 3 in. And oh yeah, I could see some from here without even moving. So we're gonna make sweet bread and butter pickles. And these guys are perfect size for that right here. And look at this one here. Those are perfect. So I'm gonna go through here and so you could see them in there. They're all over. So I'm gonna pick a bunch of these. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna make bread and butter pickles like Grandma made. Alright, so I've been out to the garden and picked a bunch of cucumbers. Some of these are too big. These big ones right here we'll make relish out of. Some of these little tiny ones in here that I picked, like these, we'll make dill pickles out of. Well, Debbie's cutting up pickles for her sweet pickles, bread and butter pickles. So we're going to go for about 3.5 pounds. She likes to cut them up kind of thick. I'd say these are going to be the ideal size for pickles. These are getting kind of big, but you getting it, girl?
I'm getting it. Cutting up some cukes. Cutting the cukes.
Don't cut your fingers off.
Easy to do. I get carried away. I can go pretty fast.
Okay, stay tuned. Five cups of sugar. 5 cups 5% acid vinegar. 1 cup bread and butter pickle mix. Now we're gonna mix our 5 cups of vinegar and our 5 cups of sugar and our 1 cup of ball mix. And we're going to turn this on and we're going to bring it up to a boil. We're using 6 pounds of cucumbers, and for this recipe with 6 pounds of cucumbers you could either use 4 of these 32-ounce jars or you could use 8 of these half of that's. So we're going to use 8 of these half of that's jars because it's what fits in my hot water bath that we're going to have to do at the end. So the recipe says use hot jars, and you want to have pretty sterile jars. So the best way to do that, throw them in the dishwasher. Run a load on the dishwasher. They're still pretty hot. The reason they want them to be hot is because you're adding hot mixture and then you're going to put it into a hot boiling bath and you don't want to break your jars. So look at that. Clean jars, hot jars, ready to pack. So while my sauce is coming up to a boil, little Debbie cut up the cucumbers. And we get our water. Whoa. This is going to be for our water bath. So basically after we're going to take our jars and we're going to stuff them full Are you over here?
Oh no.
What we're going to do is we're going to take our jars, we're going to stuff them full of cucumbers, as full as we can get them, and then we're going to take our hot brine, we're going to fill that hot brine up to about, leave a half of an inch of headspace right there, they call that. So don't fill it all the way up, only about halfway. Then we're going to put the seals on them, and we're going to drop them in this hot water bath, and we're going to boil it for 10 minutes. That hot water bath helps to cook the cucumbers a little bit, it kills the bacteria, it helps to seal the jar. So that's the basic steps. Stay tuned. While everything else is getting ready, go ahead and take your seals and put them in warm water, and that helps to soften them up a little bit so before you seal it.
And be sure and separate them, they stick together.
Now we stuff the jars. And pack them in there good. You're going to want to push them in there tight and get as many as you want, because when you add the liquid they tend to separate. So we'll get these babies all stuffed pretty good and full in our clean hot jars. Making pickles. So for crispier pickles, I have this stuff.
Pickle crisp granules.
And it tends to work. So this is calling for 1/8 of a teaspoon in each jar for these size jars. So I'm just going to go around and give everybody, ooh, that's hot, don't touch that lid. Give everybody a dip of this, and it'll dissolve when I put the hot stuff in there. Now we're going to fill our jars up with our brine. And we're going to leave about 1/2 inch of headspace. They say ladle it, but you know what? That's bullshit. I pour it.
Whoa. Ladle schmadle.
You can mix. And now we want to clean the rims off with a warm rag, because you want to get a good seal. So I'm going to go around and clean all these off. And then we put our seals on that have been in the warm water. I'll go around and hand tight all those. You don't need to bear down on them too much. So I've hand tightened each one, and now we're going to add them to hot water, hot boiling water. Carefully. Now I've put them all in their hot water bath, and I'm going to give them 10 minutes and let them boil, and then we're going to pull them out. Alright folks, that's been, actually I did 15 minutes, adjusted for altitude. Now we're going to take these guys out of here, and they're hot. Be careful. This little plier thing I got in a kit, you can buy them at Walmart. We're going to set these guys out. And you'll hear them start to pop. Here, Debbie, you want to run the camera?
Must have one of those picker-upper things.
This.
Awesome. Awesome.
Didn't take much time at all, folks, and look at that. Bread and butter pickles. I mean, these things can store for a couple years. And that's just one day's of picking.
They're beautiful.
So, I encourage everybody to grow gardens, learn how to can and preserve. If you're a prepper, it's great for prepping. If you're just someone that likes to save money and eat good fresh vegetables year-round, do it. Try it. Give me a thumbs up if you like pickles, people.